Why Snapdeal lost to Amazon and Flipkart, the most misunderstood failure in Indian startup history. Imagine this, it is 2014, India's e-commerce boom has just begun. Investors are pouring billions of dollars into online shopping, and at the center of it is Snapdeal. Not Amazon, not Flipkart. Snapdeal is India's largest e-commerce company by valuation, valued at over $7 billion. It has more monthly users than Flipkart and stronger visibility than Amazon, and backing of all global giants like SoftBank. Fast forward just a few years, Snapdeal is no longer a part of the big three. Amazon dominates, Flipkart is acquired by Walmart, and Snapdeal becomes a footnote. So the real question is so the real question is not what went wrong. The real question is how did Snapdeal lose a race it was already winning? This is not a story of incompetence. It is a story of strategy drift, identity confusion, and timing mistakes. And it holds powerful lessons for anyone interested in startups, business, or leadership. To understand Snapdeal's fall, we must first understand its rise. Snapdeal did not begin as an e-commerce marketplace. It started as a daily deals platform, similar to Groupon. The idea was simple: discounts, coupons, and localized deals for Indian consumers who were extremely price sensitive. This early instinct was brilliant. India in early 2010s was not ready for premium online shoppings. Logistics were weak, trust was low, disposable income was limited. Snapdeal understood this reality better than anyone else. By transitioning from deals to a full marketplace, Snapdeal rode the first wave of India's e-commerce explosion. It expanded rapidly, onboarding millions of sellers and focusing aggressively on growth. By 2014 to 2015, Snapdeal was everywhere. At this moment, Snapdeal faced a fork in the road. And this is where the story begins. While Snapdeal was scaling, Flipkart was doing something different. Flipkart focused obsessively on consumer experience, faster delivery, better quality control, stronger return policy, and fewer counterfeit products. Meanwhile, Amazon, entering India later, played an even larger game. It invested heavily in logistics, warehouses, Prime membership, and seller discipline, accepting losses with a clear vision of long term dominance. Snapdeal, on the other hand, made a crucial strategic choice. It chose growth over coherence. Snapdeal opened the marketplace to almost everyone. Seller onboarding was easy, quality checks were weak. The platform expanded fast but unevenly. In short term, it looked like success. In the long term, it was a fatal. One of the most damaging issues Snapdeal faced was brand perception. Over time, Snapdeal became associated with fake products, poor quality, inconsistent delivery, and difficult returns. These issues were not unique to Snapdeal, but Snapdeal became defined by them. Flipkart worked hard to clean its platform. Amazon enforced global standards ruthlessly. Snapdeal hesitated, fearing that strict control would slow its growth. It created a trust gap. And in e-commerce, trust is not optional. It is the product. Once consumer begin associating your brand with risk, discounts are no longer enough to save you. Another critical mistake was strategic confusion at leadership level. Snapdeal struggled to answer a fundamental question: who exactly are we building for? At different times, Snapdeal tried to be a massive discount platform, a premium marketplace, a mobile first app, a logistics light asset platform. This constant repositioning confused consumer, seller, employees, and investors. Flipkart was clear, India's Amazon. Amazon was clearer, the everything store built for long term. Snapdeal had no single narrative, and companies without narrative lose momentum internally long before they lose marketplace share externally. An especially interesting turning point came out around 2016 to 2017. By this time, the funding environment had changed. Investors stopped rewarding growth at any cost and began asking about unit economics. Snapdeal was suddenly under pressure to cut burn. It reduced discounts, it downsized teams, it pulled back on marketing. Amazon and Flipkart did the opposite. Amazon doubled down, Flipkart raised more capital and prepared for a Walmart acquisition. This created psychological shift in the market. Sellers began prioritizing Amazon and Flipkart. Customers followed the sellers, and Snapdeal slipped further down the priority list. In platform businesses, once momentum breaks, recovery becomes extremely difficult. Perhaps the most symbolic moment in Snapdeal's decline was failed Flipkart acquisition. In 2017, Snapdeal explored, selling itself to Flipkart. The deal collapsed. Internally, this shattered morale. Externally, it sent a powerful signal to the market that Snapdeal was no longer a leader, but a survivor. Shortly after, Snapdeal pivoted again, this time value-only strategy, targeting price-conscious users with low-cost products. While this move stabilized the company, it also confirmed what many already believed: Snapdeal had exited the main battlefield. What makes Snapdeal's story extremely tragic and valuable is that it did many things that were right. It understood India early, it scaled before Amazon, it had capital, talent, and reach. But it lost focus at most crucial moment. Amazon and Flipkart won not because they were cheaper, but because they were clearer. They invested early in logistics, trust, consistency, long-term thinking. Snapdeal optimized for speed, assuming it could fix quality later. But in the marketplace, quality debt compounds faster than growth debt. The biggest lesson from Snapdeal's fall is not don't make mistakes. It is this: in hyper-competitive markets, strategy is not about doing more. It is about doing fewer things with extreme clarity. Snapdeal tried to be flexible. Amazon and Flipkart tried to be relentless. The relentlessness, the relentlessness beats flexibility when market matures. Today, Snapdeal still exists. Today, Snapdeal still exists, but in a much smaller, narrower form. Amazon and Flipkart defined Indian e-commerce. History did not forget Snapdeal because it failed. History forgot Snapdeal because it lost relevance. And that is the most dangerous failure of all. If you want to understand startups, markets, or leaderships, remember this story, because Snapdeal didn't lose to a better technology. It lost to better decisions made consistently over time. And in business, that difference changes everything.